Oh man. Uh, hello. Yep. Today we're going to be talking about shipping on TCG Player, and I just got this order in from a company called We Love Tape. I placed the order on TCG Player for some cards for myself, and I got it to shipped to me, Philosopher Cards, and every time I get stuff from TCG Player, just get so much tape. And everything comes with like tape everywhere. It's just like, ugh. So I just want to open my card. Like, let's just, there has to be a better way, right? I don't know, if you've opened stuff on TCG Player before, oh yeah, there's so much tape everywhere. It's like, how do you open it? Here, let's like, oh man, there we go. Nope, didn't work. We got that. Here we go. Oh, too much tape. No. Still. Oh. They wanted to make sure that it's not going anywhere. They just put a little extra tape here and there. Oh, there's definitely got to be a better way for this. Well, today, as we talk about, what was I doing ordering this card anyway? Who even uses that? I don't know. Anyhow, there's one more layer of tape. They taped it shut on the top. I guess they really wanted to make sure I'm not going to get at it. Well, we're going to talk today about the best practices for shipping on TCG Player. And how do you do it? How do you do it effectively, efficiently? Because I still got some tape still. Because the thing is, shipping is key to your success in TCG. Oh, I finally got it. It's undamaged. I pulled it out. It's good. Oh, wait, no, there's one more piece of tape on it. Anyhow. How do you ship TCG Player? How do you do it effectively? How do you do it cheaply? How do you do it where you're not essentially risking yourself to loss, theft, damage, all kinds of stuff? And if you've ever dealt with folks on TCG Player buying cards, you'll notice this is true. This isn't. I'm not exaggerating here. There's all kinds of tape people use. It's wild. It makes no sense to me sometimes. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through and start by taking a look at costs. What does costs look like on levels 1 through 4? So that's what we're going to talk about in the video today. We're going to talk about the actual technique I use for shipping, different quantities, and when to insure, when to do all these things. So this could be a little bit longer of a video, and I totally understand that. I think it's worth it because this is one of the most complex subjects of selling cards. How do you successfully ship a card to somebody in the cheapest, most effective way? If you take an envelope and you put this in an envelope and you put it in a top loader like this, and you try to put this into a white envelope, right? And you put it in like that, you take it down to the post office, they're going to try to make you pay $1.08. Okay. $1.08 is 64 cents for the, normal stamp plus what's called non-machinable. And, sometimes it makes sense to do that, sometimes it doesn't. Let's start here. When you're level 1 seller, you have to charge shipping. You can't do free shipping for under $5. You have to charge for everything. And the minimum shipping that you're allowed to charge right now, I believe, is $1.22. And when you, reach seller level 4, you can charge for shipping under $5, and anything over $5 is free. And that number is $1.22. So that $1.22, and I've had folks comment and leave feedback and be like, he charged me $1.22, but the label only said 64, so 4 stars. Is he overcharged? Well, that's what TCG Player requires you to charge. It's the minimum. And there's a lot of things baked into that. There's a 30-cent PayPal fee on all orders. Every single order that you place or that somebody places with you has a 30-cent PayPal fee right off the bat. So on $1.22, 30 cents is right gone. 92 cents is left. Out of that 92 cents, you have the TCG Player fee. You have the cost for your top loaders, for your sleeves, for your envelopes, for your labels, for printing everything, for the shipping itself. In fact, the $1.22, you break even on that if you're perfect. If you do everything perfect, you break even. Most people are going to lose money on shipping on $1.22. It's just so hard. So You ship everything $1.22, and I have a couple props here to use today to show you guys. But a lot of folks use top loaders when they're putting in, right? I don't. I use something called shipping shields, and shipping shields, you know, gave us a promo code to use today. So if you also want to buy some shipping shields, you can use my link that I'll be placing in the description for you. And you know, please do. It helps the channel. But they do an awesome job. You can get all different kinds. Ones with a self seal, so you don't need any tape. Some with their label on it on the back. They can do custom ink for you on the front. And when you order from me, I'm sure many of you who are watching have ordered from me before. You get your cards, for the most part, that looks like this. Now, whenever you get cards coming in, anything between 1 and 4 cards, I use a Titan sleeve single card fit. Okay, that's too many sleeves over here. Here it is. So I'll use something like this. What it's in. So you can fit 4 cards in here, and you can fit it well. And you can actually go like this, and yeah, boom, fit it in, 1 piece of tape right there, and it's good. You can fit up to 10 or so cards in here. The requirements for shipping first class mail is you can't be over 3.5 ounces, okay? You can't be over 1/4 inch thick, okay? That's important, and here's why. Hang on. We got our measuring tape. So how many cards is it? Like I said, this is going to be a long video, folks, but this is a lot of explanation. How many cards is in 1/4 inch? So let's see here. That's pretty near 1/2 inch, right? That's not good. So these are sorcery cards. I'm sure a lot of you have bought sorcery cards off of me too. That's a little still too thick. So let's see. There we go. That's about 1/4 inch right there. This isn't including the envelope and stuff like that, but I kind of, you know, sometimes you can sneak that through. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is the maximum that I will single stack like this. When you sell it in 13, you can't put it in something like this because it adds too much bulk. And a lot of times folks are buying 13 cards that are 5 cents a piece. You can't track that. You pay $4.02 for tracking on your order. If you can't do that. However, you take one of the penny sleeves, and now we can stack them all nice and tight in there like this. Okay, so you can actually ship it in a brick like this. It's pretty protected against water. Nothing's sliding around. The cards are kind of protecting themselves. Okay, so we're going to keep our brick here as a prop for later. So what does it look like? So let's say we sell a card. We pick a card, we pull it. This is what I do. I throw it in something like this. I got a piece of just clear tape, and I just go boom, right down there like that. That's all the tape I use. No more tape. That's it. That's all the tape. And I take it. I take my packing slip that looks like this. I print it on a thermal label, right? Save space, save weight, right? Save thickness. I fold it over. It fits absolutely perfect. I take one of these very nice brown invitation label envelopes, and it fits nicely in there. These envelopes are a little thicker, and they provide extra protection, but they also have the tape on here. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, folks. So I take that off, I go like this, and here's a sample label. I use a program called stamps.com, and I use my thermal printer, and I print the whole envelope on a thermal label like this. It has the return address, it has the person's address, and it already has the postage on. All you do, and this is where things get crazy, okay? Follow me here. Things are going to get crazy. So on the side that I have the flap done on, okay? Let's see if I can do this through the camera here. I actually use this as my tape. Right? I'm not paying for extra tape. I'm not using extra tape. And this is how I ship my labels. When this feeds through the machine, it presses down on this side. It keeps it on. It keeps it from falling off. That's why I have it go over the lip like this, because you don't want it peeling off in the machine. If somebody tries to open this, you'll know. There's really no way to, to open this without voiding this seal that I place on it. So this is the magic that I do, that, you know, I ship the cards, very professional looking, and this is for anything usually under $30 to $50 and something that's under, you know, 10 cards in the order. If we start to get over 10 cards in the order like this, my method is stacking them up to 13. So the maximum cards that I'll ever ship first class is 39 cards, 13 3 rows. So you take a binder page, you cut it, right? And you use the binder page and you slip it in the top like this, right? So you have 3 rows, you cut it, place it in a plain white envelope, boom, same thing. I'll sometimes add a little tape on the white envelope. This is how I ship larger orders that are of low dollars. When low dollars, we're talking like under 15. If somebody's ordering 39 cards from me and they've ordered a lot of stuff from me in the past, I'm going to upgrade them to shipping, to tracking. I'm just going to do that. Like, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to do that to them. A lot of sellers won't do that. This will go into the customer service video, and we'll talk about that at a later date. But I will. TCGPLAYER says anything over $50 must have tracking, and anything over $250 must have signature. Okay, you got to remember that too. But I will add it at lesser stages, and I do that as a courtesy to folks, especially folks that order a lot of things from me. It's just, I know it's going to get there. It's a difference of like $2.50 worth of my profit, and I'd rather get that out and get it to folks. So speaking of, there are insurances associated. So anytime that you're getting a first class package, there's 0 insurance. You better do your best to make sure it's legible, it gets there safe and everything, because you're not getting your money back if the buyer says they didn't get it. It's gone. It's lost. So you got to do your best to get it there and try to protect yourself. Anything over 50 with tracking, you know, you can easily add insurance to your order on stamps.com on your shipment. Up to $100 is free. When you start getting over $100, you start to say, what's the point of return where it makes sense for me to add shipping versus paying the extra money? Well, keep in mind, anytime that you ship an order with insurance over $500, okay, $501 this triggers, is it will automatically add signature. But TCGPLAYER requires signature at $250. So remember those numbers. You gotta add signature at $250, but you know, insurance will auto add it over $501. The thing to keep in mind too, folks, is you know, doing this in large quantities, right? You got to do something that makes sense. And a lot of times you see folks writing labels, you see folks printing and cutting things out and taping things in. You got to have a process like this that you can scale. And, you know, if you plan on doing this of any volume and consequence, you got to have something that makes a lot of sense. And this is the best way. And I've tried in various methods. I've tried using stamps for the return address. I've tried using all kinds of things. But keep in mind, you definitely need to look into thermal printing. I have a Rollo thermal printer, a wireless one, and I have one off of Amazon that I picked up for like $60 on Amazon. And it's great. It is absolutely, it's just as good as the Rollo. So you got to start using thermals. You got to consider reducing the paper and ink, because if you're constantly printing packing slips with ink, your costs are adding up and it's getting close to that $1.22, right? So kind of in summary here today, again, I know this was a long video. Cut out the tape. Look at shipping shields. When you start getting over $50, I'll start putting cards in this. And I just also want to show this to you guys real quick here. Unprepared or ad hoc video. I don't use tape, I use rubber bands. Okay? So let's say I'm doing a stack of these. These were some returns I got from my direct shipment, my direct order that they sent back to me. So what I'll do is I will generally place these into a team bag like this, and the team bag keeps them all together, but it also helps prevent from water. So water's a big concern when you're shipping. rain and all, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. I put one shipping shield this direction, like this, folding the flap over. I put the other one like this, okay? I go like that. I'll put a rubber band around the top, and I put a rubber band around the side. I don't use tape. Crazy, huh? So I'll put it in something like this. You can get bubble mailers that are they're a little smaller. I have some different sizes depending on who orders what from me, and then I slap a label on the bubble mailer and call it a day. But this is also really important. When you get into larger orders, you know, I'll even include free, you know, boxes, those little 100 card box, 200 card box, because I'd rather do that and people are happy because you're not dealing with all this, right? How much blue tape? Leave it in the comments. How often do you see this all over your cards, right? It's all the time. It's crazy. So, you know, a good strategy I have for pricing, again, I have free shipping over $5, under $5, I'm, you know, charging $1.22 or whatever it is. For larger items, I do charge shipping, okay? It's not free. I'll generally add, you know, $5, $7 or something like that. Yeah, so like I think that's pretty much about it. Like I said, check out the code for these shipping shields. They're good for the environment. They are high quality. I love them. You know, you can buy a ton of these things at a really low price. You know, these, I'm not a fan of these. I'm just not. They scrape and scratch your cards when you take them in and out of this. I don't ever ship in something like this. I don't do it. To me, this is significantly better. I have my marketing all on one thing, right? I've saved weight, I've saved space. All of that is in one, and they can take this and reuse it. They can do something with it. They can scan this and check out this channel and watch these types of videos with y'all. And you can fit more than a couple cards in here. You can fit 10 cards, right? You can fit a lot of things in that. And again, it fits very nicely into the envelope. And here's the other kicker too. You go to the post office and they're like, non-machine. Boom, you can bend this and it doesn't damage the card. And you can demonstrate to them, nope, it bends. It's machinable, right? There's no issue. So non-machinable, and just to touch on that real quick before we end the video, non-machinable, and the concept of this is that literally someone is touching your letter from origin to destination, and they're manually looking at it and placing it off into the right bins. A machine normally will scan it and do that. The machine can only take certain thicknesses, sizes, bendability, because it goes through rollers and stuff like that, and you have to pay extra for that, right? So you don't want to pay extra for that if you don't have to. Anything over 6 and over cards stacked together, I choose non-machine. And I've found this out through trial and error where things get sent back to me and stuff like that, where 6 is the magic number. You need to add non-machine for 6 and over. Anything under 6, I've not had trouble with. You might get 1 out of, I don't know, 1,000 orders sent back to you. Yeah, that's not a big deal. I rip the thing off, throw a new label on, send it. It still gets the customer before the due date. So, yeah, in summary, guys, this is what it looks like. If you have some questions, again, check out my Patreon account. Join. I can help you out with some consulting. I'm going to get some really good deals going on. But again, more than anything, check this out. These guys are top notch. You place an order with them, they'll help, you know, design in terms of like put it on the thing for you, show it to you. I've been buying from them for quite some time, and I've had really, really good experience with it. So the shipping is one of the most complex and difficult things when it comes to selling on TCGPLAYER or in general. And I hope this video was able to kind of, you know, make it a little more sense. But one thing I'd also recommend is order cards from other sellers. Just keep ordering cards. See how they come. Once you start to see some, you're like, how much time did you take to prepare this? You cut out these little things and you're taping it all over the place. Like, how much time does that take? I can have this done, like I said in my opening video, in 30 seconds. Boom. Pull the card in the thing, printed in this envelope, sealed, everything done. I copy and paste the address from the packing slip on the computer, and I don't type anything. It's all copy and pasted over. Control C, Control V, boom, print. That's it. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting the channel and all of the orders that you guys place with me. I really appreciate them. I know a lot of folks reach out and be like, hey, I placed some orders with you and stuff like that. So I do really appreciate that. And a lot more of these to come. The next video I think in the series we're going to hit is direct. And what is it? And there's been a lot of controversy around direct lately. So I'm excited to eventually talk about that, that controversy there. So again, place questions in the comment. I want to hear about blue tape. I want to hear about all the tape. Message it. Again, thanks everybody. Thanks for checking out the video, checking out the channel. Check out my Patreon. Help me out. Even if you're like, hey, I like his videos, I don't want any consulting or anything, check out just some of the very, very low stuff to help support the channel. We'll talk to y'all later.